Hi guys, hope all are doing great, chakas, and living life with full josh to reach to the ambition, to reach to the destination. One thing which is very important to understand is that working hard, working hard is important, but at the right age also, which is I always tell in my lecture of motivation, of inspiration to young guys who are just passing out from college between that age of 20 to 22, 25 at least, who are just getting placed in the college, who are just going to their first job at the age of say 27, 28. Working hard at the young age is very important. Don't take it lightly, because that first few years of your life, whether you are in job, whether you are in business, whether you are in different fields, that first few 5 to 10 years is very very important to work hard, so that the base of your life, the base of your money source, the base of your income stream is set during that first 5 to 10 years. Never make the mistake of taking it very casually. Never make the mistake of taking it very lightly. That we'll see after 10 years. Now my father and mother is there. They will take care. I'm getting my salary. I'm going to see picture, and I'm going to buy good clothes, and I'm going to buy good gadgets, and I'm going to buy good shoes and all that. And you are blowing off all the salary, all the money, and you are not investing. You are not saving. You are not putting that money to work. You are not giving work to that money so that it can work for you, and it can grow itself, so that you can find a good corpus after 10, 15, 20 years. When you are young, you don't realize that this time of 10, 15 years, you will never know that when you reach 35, 40, because that 15, 20 years moves so fast that you are engrossed in your job, in your performance, in your appraisal, in your increment, in your bonus, with your girlfriends, with your colleague lafda, with your office ka politics, with your job changing, with your small issues. All this will take your time of 10, 15, 20 years. And if you are not serious from that first job, as I was telling, to save money, to invest money, to put money at the right place, to put money so that it can grow, to put money in some business where you are not actively involved, like real estate, buying stocks, buying land, buying properties, putting in such areas where you can increase the corpus, compounding power of compounding, all that. Because those 10, 15 years, if you are not cautious, and if you don't make good decision, then after 35, 40, when that charm is over, when that your fire is over, when your skills are stagnant, when your growth is limited, when your opportunities are limited after 40 and after 45 or 50, whatever, then you find that your money and your kharcha ka balance is very imbalanced, and then you cannot do anything, because now the time is not that what you were in 20, 25, 30. So there are many examples where I have seen. I'll give you one small story of one person whose name was Mahesh. Mahesh came out of his college by the age of 25, 25 I think. 24 I think. Yes, 24. 24 he got his first placement, and Mahesh joined this company. Very small salary he was getting, but he joined the company. First 4 years he worked very hard, and he saw that his salary was raised in a very limited way. But he learned the job very well, and he was getting not a very good hike, but limited hike of the salary. And after 4 years, he left that first job. Then he went to a second job. Then his salary became double. Suppose he was getting 10,000 there, then in the second job he started getting 20,000. Now what Mahesh did was that when he got his salary, he accumulated the salary for 1 year, 2 year, and then he went and bought a car. He went and bought a car, and he thought that now life is okay, settled. He did not bother that what life will be there after 15, 20 years, because nobody bothers at that age. And Mahesh took this car on EMI or something other by taking money on interest. And next 2-3 years he had to repay that loan. So next 2-3 years gone. After some time, by age of 20-30, Mahesh got married. By that time, 32-33, Mahesh was forced to take one house because after marriage you need a house. So Mahesh again took one loan and then he started in the trap of EMI. And by paying the EMI, he started. He thought that now I have to change my car. He changed his car from say Maruti 800 to some Zen Estilo. That also he bought on EMI. After that, the Zen Estilo, 3-4 years, he thought that I will change my car because car was his priority. House, okay, no problem. Clothes were his priority. Shopping was his priority. Doing business also was his priority. But then he did not took the right decision and he bought a car and he put it on in Ola and the driver messed it up and he had to sell the car after 3-4 years in loss. That money gone. After few time he tried to dabble in stocks. He put some money in stocks and he found that the market is going down and he got afraid and he lost some money and he came out of that. After that he found that his EMI is going and he had not yet closed the EMI of the house and it was a big headache for him. In this doing, kids were born, then school started and this started, and in all this, by the time he reached 45, he found that he is not having any corpus. He is just living on salary to salary. He is just living on month end to month end salary and nothing else. And this shook the life of Mahesh because at one point of time, he took medical insurance because expenses were there. He took medical expenses, EMI was there, house kharcha was there, school ka kharcha was there and all that, but all at the cost of one salary. So that was such a risky game. And by 40-45, when company found that his skill was limited, when company found that his skill was stagnant and they can hire a person at half of his salary of the same skill, they gave him pink slip. Now at this age of 45, Mahesh was again looking for a job, but his skill set and the salary package was not matching because skill set was down and salary was not much to that level and it was not matching, so he was not getting a good job also. And at the same time, corpus was not so enough that he could survive without a job, and so he had to take a job of less salary because he had to survive now. Now, if he had taken some responsibility from that age of this first salary and he had taken some guidance from good people, from a good mentor, from a successful person, from his family only, from his surrounding only, and he would have asked that how can I put my money in such a way that I can have a corpus fund after some time, or he could have done some research on his own from YouTube, from Google or whatever. He could have learned something more on financing or financial habits or money management and all that, and he would have invested in the correct way, in the correct companies, in the stock market 20 years back. And if 20 years he had not touched that amount, just imagine from that 25 of age till 45 of age, 20 years the amount from stock, and with the power of compounding, he must be having a corpus of not less than 50 lakh rupees, because I'm sure the stock rates of before 20 years and after 20 years has a big difference, subject to you put in the right company. And that knowledge can come only from a good mentor, a good teacher, or when you learn from yourself, or if you enroll yourself in some classrooms and try to gain knowledge about it. So eyes has to be open, alertness has to be there, and awareness has to be there that money is so important. Now at the age of 45-50, Mahesh is again looking for a job, struggling on the job, not able to cope up that gap on the job, and now he's repenting that I should have not taken that Maruti 800. I mean it was not required at that time, and that 1-2 lakh rupees I should have put in the stock market. That my second car, my third car, I should have not taken. I should have put that money in my stock market or real estate, and that would have given me good results now. What is it? One trip I had made to one. Every year we had one trip for this outstation location that I should have not done. I should have invested this money in some real estate. I should have bought some small shops and all that, which can give me rent later, and I would have been in an easy life now instead of just blowing the money somewhere else. I should have not taken that Ola car, and I should have not taken that risk of taking the business. That whole money I should have put that in the stock market, and that would have given me such a good result now. So the problem is he had taken the risk. He had done some risky ventures, but then it was without guidance, without learning, without proper understanding, and just at the sanak of doing something. So sanak of doing something and just for the sake of doing will not help. That will only destroy your money. And so the wise thing is that in today's era of 2022, when things are so transparent, things are so open, there are so many people giving wise lectures on YouTube, on Google, on podcast, magazines are there. You can read, learn, join some course, understand that how you can grow your money. If you keep that money saving quietly without disturbing for 20 years is a long time. So 25 the person starts his first salary, and that first 20 years if he is not doing anything with that money and he is just putting it somewhere in a good saving area like real estate, shopping complex, lands or stock market, then I'm sure by the age he is 45 he will be having such a big corpus that he can easily have a second source of income, which is a passive source of income, and he can live his life very happily, and he can take responsibilities in a much better way. So the moral of the story is that work hard when you are young. Don't take it lightly. Do double shift. Give your performance, because all this will ultimately give you money. All this will ultimately give you result, which is money. And try to put that money in the better way to work somewhere, and see that you are not disturbing that area for 20 years minimum to see the good growth in your bank balance. If you don't work hard in your early days, if you take it very casually, very lightly, and just you think that no, everything will get all right, and you waste your time sleeping, watching television, going out with friends, not upgrading yourself, not imbibing some technical skills, not imbibing some important skills which will help you to make good money, then I'm sure you are wasting your time, and later you will only regret, which will not help you in any way. Because if you are not on the professional front, if you are not known in the market, if you are not having some special skill for which people will call you, for which people will remember you, for which people will look out for you, then I'm sure you will live a mediocre life. You will live a life of unknown, and you will live a life of just coming and going. If you don't want to live this life of mediocre life, unknown life, then please try to work hard when you are young. That first 10, 20, 30 years are so important that you will not know how soon they have passed, and your 45, 50 when it starts, you should get the good result what you have invested there, instead of thinking to start again from 45 to 50, which is absolutely wrong, because time has changed, your skill set has changed, what you know, market already knows, what you can do, people are doing at half of the salary, so your importance will get over. So my advice to all the youngsters who are coming out of college, who are just taking their first job, who are just getting their first salary, be serious on that job, be serious about that money, and be serious about your time. Because these three things, if you are not catching every day, every month, every year, then you will see that this 10-15 years go so fast that you will be left out with nothing or with plenty of corpus fund. So I hope I must have given some message out of this. Thanks a lot for listening. See you soon in my next video.